hit record now. Okay, so welcome to Soul on Fire Empire team call tonight. We are going to be discussing Summit, what it is, what you do while you're there, why you should go, and a little bit about next year. So first of all, for those that have not gone to Summit before, it is our big annual Beachbody event. And I was really hesitant and a little nervous to go my first year. I'd never left my husband and my children before. It was in Nashville, so it was definitely out of town for me. You know, I was going to meet girls that I had only met on social media but never met in person before. So on the outside looking in, that seems kind of crazy to go do. But I knew that my heart was completely in this business, and I knew that in order to grow and to grow my business, I really, really needed to attend it. So I definitely went, but like I said, it is just a huge, there's just nothing like it until you go. But they set up guest speakers for you. They have top coaches that do kind of like general like learning classroom type settings. I mean, there's just a lot. There's a lot of learning there. There's a lot of motivation. There's a lot of announcing which products are coming out. So it's just a lot of information to soak up and absorb. And if you do want your business to move forward, it's something that you're really, really going to have to go to because it's just one of those that pushes you forward in your business. I don't think you can help but move forward after you come back from Summit. So when we get there, did you want to add anything else on what it is? Okay. So when we get to Summit, the event itself, regardless on which city it is and regardless on which days they pick, always run. They start Thursday night and they run until Saturday night. But we actually go down Wednesday. We get to wherever the city is around lunchtime, and then we leave Sunday morning. So when you get there, on Wednesday is usually the day that you meet with your team. You know, sometimes this is the first time you've ever met with people in person before, so it's really exciting. There's a lot of energy on Wednesday. And then we usually tour the city, just see what it has to offer, walk around. We go to the core, which is, raise your hand if that's like one of your favorite parts of Summit is the core. The core is this huge, gigantic room full of Beachbody apparel, coaching gear, any kind of program you can think of, all of our performance line, just, I mean, everything you can think of that Beachbody would sell is here. So it's a fun shopping experience we go to. We usually go out to a fun dinner, and that's all on Wednesday. Thursday, typically is the day where you would have like a team brunch that day, or go out to breakfast with your team, have a lunch, you know, just kind of get together with your bigger upline team is typically when you have a party that day. And then Thursday night is what kicks off opening session. And this is so much fun. You get to hear, like I said, from top coaches, you get to hear product announcements coming out. It's just like, I think opening ceremony is one of the most exciting things because that's when they kind of reveal any secrets they've had from us for a while. And then they let us in on them on opening night. And that's when they announce the location for the next summit. So that's really exciting too, to figure out where in the world we are going. And then after Thursday night, Friday morning is what starts general session and what starts your, what do they call it? General session and classes, I guess we could call them.
Seminars. Workshops.
Seminars. Yeah, workshops. That's it. Thank you. So whatever football stadium they have in that city, you'll go and you'll hear from guest speakers and a little bit more from corporate. And then you'll break off into smaller groups. I say smaller, it's still thousands of people. But you are divided up and you go to workshops where you get to hear topics like Instagram. You know, they'll teach you how to use Instagram, or they'll teach you how to run a challenge group properly. Or they'll teach you how to, what's the word I'm looking for? Trying to get people like challengers and coaches and stuff like that, recruitment. So that's where the smaller sessions are held. And these are from people that are actually coaches that has to do with our business. General session is more, you know, personal development speakers. And then later on that night is when you would have a Success Club party if you are able to make that. And I forgot to say, Friday morning is exciting because you get to pick which trainer you want to work out with. So I know for all of us, we chose Autumn. but it doesn't matter which trainer you choose, but you get to work out live with them that morning before you go to the classes. And then Saturday morning is when we shut down the streets of whichever city we're in and have, what did we have, 20,000 people in the streets this year, doing a Super Saturday workout with all the trainers. So talk about energy. There are speakers everywhere. There are big screens everywhere. I mean, they really, really pump you up and get the energy going. And then after that, you repeat again with your classes on Saturday. And then Saturday night, you have closing ceremonies when you get to hear from, people that have had their transformation stories and all that fun stuff. So that pretty much is the timeline they follow at every single summit. It's so important to, like I said, attend these events, because not only are you soaking in all this information and excitement, people on the outside looking in get to see that you're committed to this business because you're showing up to an event like this. But most importantly, hands down, is you get to be with your team. And I think that's the most exciting, thing about us. Like, we live in Georgia. Most of y'all live in Ohio. I mean, we have a couple other states sprinkled in there. But it's a chance for us to come together and to be like sisters in person. We're close on social media, but to actually get together in person and have this huge sleepover for 4 nights and just be together. I mean, it's a lot of bonding time, and there's just nothing like it. So that's one of the more important parts, is just actually showing up together, and being together with a team. Hey, Aubrey. I'm not sure Aubrey, can you hear us?
She might have logged on from her phone. She said she was waiting for Addison inside the store, so she might just be called in, possibly.
All right, and Angie, before I move on, is there anything that I left out?
Something, but it totally slipped my mind when you said Aubrey, and so I will raise my hand as soon as I think about it. But it was something else that I was going to talk about.
Am I going too fast? I'm on Energize. I really should not take Energize before I do.
On purpose before this. I was going to, because I'm going to clean house, but it was something else added that we. Oh, the
where'd y'all go?
We're still here. Mm-hmm, we're still here.
Where did you go?
I don't know. We're here. Can you guys all see me still?
I did something on my computer, and now I don't. Where did y'all go? Oh, there you are.
Well, do you want me to, or that's just, you're just talking about there, you're going to talk about the hotel stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'll let you go ahead and keep talking.
Well, do you want to talk about that part?
Sure, I can talk about that part.
Okay.
So I know that one of the questions about Summit was, how can I afford, because that was kind of my thing, like when I first went to Summit last year, was, how can I afford it? Because obviously the travel expenses and that. The nice thing for us is that obviously it's closer for us this year than it was for us last year, but we make it very affordable because we get the hotel rooms and we actually split the cost for that. So this year we've already got 3 rooms of, I think 3, is it 3, 2?
I need to double check, because they had us reserved for 2, but I need to double check whether they saved it for me for 2.
I know I'm waitlisted. Hi, Ob. Are you there? She's frozen, but maybe she can hear. So anyways, we are kind of waitlisted, I think, only because of that extra day. So that should be good. But what we do is then we split the cost, and Beachbody actually gives you a special discount. So we've already gone in there and already reserved rooms because we are planning on bringing more people next year. So those costs are split, and we make it very affordable. One of the other things, is there anything else, Sarah, with the hotel rooms? Sarah,
no, I mean, we usually do 4 to a room. I mean, we
can do more.
It's a fun sleepover.
The biggest thing is that we just want to make sure that everybody can shower, and that, we could do that, but we make it so that it's affordable. We split the cost. Usually if we can get 4 to a room, it makes it so much easier. It's going to be cheaper next year for us than it was this year. So that's the nice thing. And it's a nice hotel. And so the hotel that we've got reserved for next year is actually connected to the convention center, and so they're all very close. So I know money was one of the questions I think that somebody had mentioned as far as that goes with the hotel room. And
I mean, we do eat out. We ate at our hotel breakfast because we had continental breakfast. We definitely bring food because if you're within driving distance and stuff, it's real easy to bring food and groceries and stuff like that. But we do go out for a couple nice meals, to do that. I mean, there's a couple expenses in there, but it's all a tax. Is it tax deductible?
Yes, you can write everything off. Mm-hmm. Everything, all of your meals, your travel expenses, the hotel room, all of that can be you can write it off at the end of the year on your taxes. So I think I made an extra $1,000 or something just from my write-off from Beachbody on my taxes last year, maybe more than that. So,
and I know a lot of concern that other people have as well, and trust me, everybody that goes to Summit, we all feel this way before we go. We all get anxious. We all get really sad because we're leaving, our husband and our kids, even though we know it's going to be fun. So that feeling is completely normal. Like I turn into a basket case full of anxiety. But I know I'll be fine once I get there. But we are so busy from the time you arrive, you don't even have time to miss anybody. And that sounds terrible, but I don't miss anybody while I'm there because we're so busy and we're having so much fun, that you really don't have time to get homesick. I know that was, Whitney kept telling me that my first summit, she's like, just trust me. I know this is your first time leaving your kids, but you won't have time to get homesick. And sure enough, I've been 3 years in a row and I haven't gotten homesick because you don't have time to, and you're having so much fun. And you get to be like yourself again without being a wife and a mother for a couple days. So it's kind of nice just to let your hair down, carefree, and just be with other women and just have a fun girls weekend too. So that's always fun.
Yeah. And you think that it's more so because you're so afraid that your kids are going to miss you, but really your kids are having a blast while you're gone too. You want to believe that they're going to be so sad without you, but they have fun without you too. And it's nice to kind of get away, like Sarah said. And that team atmosphere, until you've come together as a team and everybody's got to meet each other, like there's just something so much more empowering, I think, once everybody has met each other. So and you just communicate so much better once you've seen somebody face to face. So I agree with that. There was something else.
Next year, the dates for Summit, it's going to be July 11th through the 14th, but we'll all head down July 10th or up. I guess I'm going up. July 10th because we'll get there a day ahead of time. And right now, until July 9th, tickets are only $130. This is the lowest they've ever been. This is the lowest they're going to be. They will definitely get jacked up probably I would guess 165. Probably the week after July 9th, they'll mark it up. So if you're going to get your Summit ticket, go ahead and get it now. Like I said, hotel rooms are already reserved. So that's something that, usually you can make a plan on to get paid off, as you go along. But next year, Angie and I are going to do our own team party. Oh my goodness. Michelle, did you see that?
We're the best team ever.
I don't even know what to say about him.
You are a different kind of special, Billy Walker.
Yes, ma'am.
He's part of the team. Why aren't you on the team call?
Calling him out.
But anyways, so yeah, next year Angie and I are so excited because we are going to be having our own team party. We haven't decided yet if it will be breakfast, brunch, lunch. We haven't, put in the details yet. It depends on how many people we have coming. But that's the vision that we have for our team, that so many people are going to come next year. And we're just going to fill those rooms up. We're going to need more hotel rooms, and, we're just going to get this thing done.
Well, and honestly, the team party thing, I felt like so special when we did that team party because we don't get those kinds of things. As moms, we're the ones sorry, Billy, we're the ones that are like running around doing, the mom things and and even though our loved ones, our significant others or husbands, everybody tries to make us, feel good. For the most part, that was like, for me, I'm like, yay, I get to dress up. I get to put a dress on, and they pampered us. So we want to do that for you guys too next year. So we got to get everybody there so that we can give everybody all their goodies. And that's one of the best things that I like to give, obviously. So that was special. So we need that next year.
Yeah,
and we will do that.
I love team swag. We love gifts. Yeah, Rosie has some of it. We want to spoil y'all all, and we have a couple more things up our sleeve too that we haven't discussed if it's going to be a surprise or not, so I won't say anything out loud. But yeah, we're planning for a really exciting summit next year. I love that we have already seen the city, so we know the restaurants that are there, we know the hotels we need to be at. We've got it definitely planned out and stuff, so it's going to be really exciting. So I hope everybody can.
We don't eat like super, super great while we're there. We try to, but we need to have fun too, because like Jack's Donuts is like.
Oh goodness!
I don't like donuts.
Oh, they're so good. Well, Michelle, do you have any questions? Because I think you're the only one on here that hasn't been to Summit yet. So do you have any questions about it?
No, none that you guys haven't answered. As long as everything works out with dance and baseball and all that stuff, I'm hoping to go.
I missed a couple games of baseball, but at the same time, Cohen knows that how important, like how much fun I had last time, and how that time away. And I know that because I don't like to miss anything, that's why I changed my work schedule. But at the same time, like you realize how much that you actually need it, and right. How much I feel coming back. But yeah, it's really not that long. It seemed, and this year we actually drove back Saturday night. The fact that it's not that far away, like we were able to get back for Sunday games. I was very tired, but we were able to do it. So
baseball I can deal with because he has my dad and Aaron and everything, as long as it's not a competition weekend, because I have to do hair, makeup, and all of that, which a dance mom could do it, but
how soon will you know? Do you know when you're
I can go ahead and hit stop recording really quick.